Today I ducked up by eating way too much of a pot brownie. This was a few weeks ago, but the repercussions can still be felt. I am a high school senior who is having some fun in their final year of high school, so naturally, I have been smoking a bit of weed with my friends overnight most weekends, as you do. We had tried edibles before, but only had taken 75 milligrams max, and we didn't get as much out of it as we hear people have gotten. Now, 4 of my friends and I were at my house on a Saturday night planning to eat a pot brownie one of us had acquired. So we waited until my parents had gone to sleep and at around 10:30 decide to chow down. I am quite stoic about being really safe when it comes to stuff like this, that's why whenever we smoke it will be in the evening and somewhere we can stay the night or catch an Uber from to avoid driving. So me being me, I asked my friend a lot of questions about how much was in it and how long we will be feeling the effects for, as he is far more experienced than any of us, or so I thought. He said there was about 1000 milligrams, so 200 each, which is a pretty insane amount for stupid teenagers who have either never done this or done very little. However, he reassured us that it's a normal amount and we should stop feeling the effects fully about 12 to 14 hours after. Now, here comes the part where I get ridiculously high. We split it up into rough fifths and knew it wouldn't be distributed evenly, so we decided the heaviest people should take the middle, thicker pieces, and the smallest should eat the outside pieces. Fair enough. I grabbed the duck in fat middle piece and shoved it all in my mouth. Now, there's a possibility I had just slammed 300 milligrams of THC into my empty stomach, and about half an hour later that shit hit me all at once. I was sitting on the couch watching my friends play Mario Kart Wii when I started to feel it, and 2 minutes after that I told them it might have been a bad idea because the television screen had already started wobbling. 10 minutes later, one of my friends who for some reason wasn't at all affected started prompting me to join whatever conversation was going on. I started to look towards him, but literally the act of movement was so overstimulating it was insanely uncomfortable and anxiety-inducing. So he walked over to me and looked me in the eyes and asked what was wrong, and the moment he got a good look at me he knew I was already out visiting Voyager 2. He was also quite worried because he felt my heartbeat, which was at about 150 at that point, and saw my breathing quicken every second due to my internal freakout. I was able to sputter out the words "help me, bed." He basically carried me upstairs to my room, which was a feat, as he is a 140-pound tall and skinny Indian dude and I'm a hefty 195-pounder. I then proceeded to lie in my bed staring out the window looking at what seemed to me like one of those big brain memes, you know the ones I'm talking about. I passed out for a couple of hours and woke up at a point that I was able to walk and kind of hold a decent conversation, only to discover the brownie guy passed out on the bathroom floor post throwing up, and another friend who was carried by the same Indian dude to our pull-out couch in the front room. Out of the 2 friends left, there were Indian dude and another friend who didn't really feel anything that night. After waking up at about 10 in the morning, I discovered brownie guy buggered off via Uber at about 6 in the morning for whatever reason, which only added to my growing annoyance, and Indian dude and couch friend still at about a 3/10 along with me. However, that friend who didn't feel anything the whole night was at about the level I was when I was carried to bed and maintained that way until a very unhappy mother of his had to come to pick him up because he couldn't drive himself home and had promised to be home by noon. My mother had already figured out what was up and was probably more amused by our general stupidity and seeing me still moderately high along with my friends who stayed the day to let it wear off than she was mad about the whole situation. My repercussions weren't that bad, just my mom asking me not to get high at home, which was rather surprising to me. But mother who had to drive home her kid was literally threatening the brownie kid with a lawsuit since he is 18 and some of us are 17, and he provided the drugs. Long story short, those 2 can't be in the same room together without a legal battle at risk, which makes it pretty tough for us to hang out as of right now. Overall, I probably have more emotional trauma from being ungodly high than I have damage done to any of our friendships.
Hey, if you want to see more similar videos like this one on daily basis, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification to see our tomorrow's even better video. Screwed out of my holiday pay because we don't have set schedules. 3 months later I used the exact same phrase to my boss when asked why I didn't come in when I wasn't on the schedule. The title probably doesn't make too much sense, but it will after reading, hopefully. I'm on mobile, so formatting. Alright, background. When I was hired for the job which I currently work, I was hired to work on Tuesday through Saturday from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. This had been my schedule for months, never changing, as I was verbally told that this was my set schedule. I even clarified this because I had to arrange childcare. For example, one week I was accidentally left off the schedule entirely and was told to just work my normal schedule. Around Thanksgiving time, we closed down for a week. The company policy is that you have to work your last scheduled shift before the break and your first scheduled shift after in order to get your holiday pay. On the Monday following Thanksgiving, remember I'm normally off on Mondays, I got a call saying I was scheduled to work and that because I didn't come in I wouldn't get my holiday pay. This kind of pissed me off because I had been told I would work Tuesday to Saturday and thus had only arranged childcare those days, so I couldn't come in that day if I wanted to. The exact phrase I was told over the phone was "It is your responsibility to check the schedule every week because we don't have set schedules." Fast forward to this week. While checking the schedule, I noticed that my schedule is the same as normal with the exception that I am off the schedule on Saturday. So, I decide to not look a gift horse in the mouth and just take the 3-day weekend and don't mention to my boss that she left me off. So Saturday, which I normally would work, I don't go in since I'm not scheduled. I got a call from work and didn't answer, no voicemail left. Then I receive a text from my boss saying that my schedule never changes and it will be a no-call/no show on my attendance record for not coming into work. I reply that I am not on the schedule and so I'm not required to come in, as it is my responsibility to check the schedule every week because we don't have set schedules. I received no further reply and am looking forward to seeing how work goes on Tuesday. Hey, if you want to see more similar videos like this one on daily basis, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification to see our tomorrow's even better video.